searching. I'm looking for someone to give about me. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about you. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about me. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give about you.
It's from the love that's in me. I love the love. I am so grateful for the envy, but yet they still attack me with the envy. They're trying to clog my drain, leave me empty. They say I'm honored every week. I say humbled and grateful, not to feel weak. Let the church speak. I'm on the wall, but they just take the picture. Great rising, everybody.
What else? He's still flowing.
This is gonna be a great show. I'm so excited this morning. Peace, everybody, wherever you are tuning in, and thank you for tuning in to Live with Sista Afrika, the Chicago Community Activism Podcast. Listen, a little history. This show was comprised of a great brother who means so much to Chicago, who does so much for the city. Let me just say for the nation. We met so many moons ago, and he's younger than me, but he's my big brother because he teaches me so much, which is why my earrings are so intentional. Teacher. Okay, everything is intentional. And we do this show on Saturdays because Saturday is a day that a lot of times people are out in the community and we want to support those of us that are doing the work. We can show up, volunteer, donate, be a part of whatever that vision is that's inside of you. So that's why the brainchild for this show, Brian Gorman, created the show on a Saturday. You understand me? So intentional, as he always is, in everything that he does. So we have to first start the show off paying homage to Brian, of course, to the Most High, who got us all here, who has been with us throughout, and our ancestors, all of those who did the work, who created the word community. So we can be here today and do the work of community. The show is all built around community. So you're going to hear community a lot. You know, I want to pay homage to my parents. You know, my parents have, man, Lord have mercy. I'm just grateful. Somebody recently sent me a picture. Shout out to Torrance, my videographer. Thank you. And he sent me a picture of my father speaking at a gang summit in 1985. And I just had to take a breath, you know, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of who I am and what I do, you know, of course, in 85, I was 9. But now it makes more sense to me, understanding what I'm doing and the work that I'm called to do because of my parents. So my father, the late, great Reverend Dr. Kwame John Porter, was a pastor out of Inglewood. And he also was the first Southern Christian Leadership Conference president for Dr. King in Chicago. My father would introduce Dr. King to Reverend Jackson. Reverend Jackson would start the National Rainbow Push Coalition. And from then, you know, my very first job I've ever had was working in the press office at the National Rainbow Push Coalition, a place where I grew up playing hide and seek as a little girl. You know what I'm saying? And I come home from college and I worked there. So I'm just grateful. My mother, who became 90 on Juneteenth.
Come on.
Listen, shout out to the queen. She is still very active with the Alfreda Wells Civic Duster Club. It is the oldest federated women's club of America. This organization preserves the life and legacy of the Ida B. Wells. So I grew up understanding community very young. I grew up understanding liberation, equality, justice, and or else very young. And so I'm just grateful. You know what I mean? We always open the show up with a little history so we can create the context of what's to happen.
Come on.
Without further ado, let's get ready.
Wait a minute. That's powerful opening, though. Opening home run. What you mean right now?
You know.
Our guests. Oh, yes. Our guests are no strangers to the community. I think we started our businesses around the same time. And I remember seeing them all the time. And I used to be like, they dope. You know what I'm saying? Interesting that the shirt the queen is wearing says dope.
Come on.
You know what I'm talking about? So I was like, wow. And we would always see each other, particularly at the African Fest.
For sure.
And listen, they have put in so much work in community and business, philanthropy, organizing, activating, activations, helping us continue to make our businesses work and thrive. without further ado, want you all welcome to the Chicago Community Activism Podcast with Sista Afrika, none other than Cassiopeia and Dre of TBM 360.
Hey.
What's happening?
All right.
Excited to be here.
Super
I'm excited
excited.
y'all here. Look, y'all
Definitely.
got me breaking the sweat
Hey,
early.
let's go.
This don't usually happen
Let's go.
9:28.
Let's
Come on.
go.
That's that energy.
Yes.
It's the workout.
So for those who don't know, tell us about yourselves. Who is this amazing, beautiful, remarkable, fabulous couple?
Blessings.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead,
thank you.
baby.
Well, right, we had our first kiss in '94. Right, that's how it always started.
And what school was that?
And Whitney Young.
Oh, Lord.
Hey,
Lord.
that's Chicago culture, though. You
I
know, you
love
got to
it.
talk about your high school.
Come
You
on
got to.
now. And Whitney Young is the man. So
Well, you know,
let's
be clear.
At least it used to be. Yeah,
let's be clear. That
Yeah.
one
For us.
is
yeah,
great.
for sure. It
Yes.
definitely was amazing for us.
For us back in the day.
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we had our first kiss in '94,
I love it.
and you know, shoot, 30 plus years later, we're still here.
Yeah.
Through many iterations, amazing blended family.
I love it.
Right,
I love it.
I got 3, she got 1,
Yeah.
we got 2.
Yeah.
Come
we
on.
brought in an extra,
Yeah.
Come
right?
on.
We so 7 of us, 7 beautiful children.
Beautiful.
Shout out
Beautiful.
Jonah, Amira,
Hey.
Iffy, Micah, Jay,
Jay.
Koya, and Yomi. But
I love it.
with that, it was we started business together. We've been
Yeah.
partners through everything. We've been best
Yeah.
friends through everything.
Yeah.
And from the South Side, went to school on the West Side. This is
Come on,
Chicago
come
is
on.
home.
It's a real
We've
Chicago
seen the
story.
rest of the
Yeah.
we've seen the rest of the world and keep coming back
Yeah.
here and keep coming back to each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
I love
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
love it. And how, okay, so you all met at Whitney Young, had your first kiss in '94.
Yeah.
What made you all decide to do business together? Because oftentimes, couples don't do business together. I got mine, you got yours, we separate, we come together, you know what I'm saying? But y'all decided to work together too.
Yeah.
So both of us was raised with conscious influence,
Yeah,
right?
for
It
sure.
was my mother. You
Oh
know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
Yep. My uncle,
Lighter than me, but blacker than everybody.
Come on.
Right.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. I love it. I
my
love it.
Uncle Juan.
Yeah.
Shoot, 7 years old. He put Miseducation of Negro and Message of
Come
the Black
on,
Man in
Cardi.
America
See?
in my hand.
Yes.
Yeah, and I read it then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Changed
Wow.
the way I saw the world.
7.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always together. We just like to do things and try new stuff. We're kind of
Mhm.
like pioneers.
Mhm.
And it was after going down for he was a huge activist down at Florida State.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to
And-
Florida State, Naeem Akbar,
Oh, yes.
personal mentor.
Mhm.
Nice.
So from there, came back to Chicago, and the only place there was for me to go was Northeastern.
Yeah.
Center for
Mhm.
Inner City Studies.
That's right.
It was like, what? I absolutely
Baba
have
Jake.
to be here, Baba Jake.
Yeah.
Come on.
Iba. So with that, it was that consciousness that was planted in us as children.
Yeah.
It began to truly blossom at that time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And at UIC, I was part of the Black Coalition, was around for Mojo's Pen,
Mhm.
Stovall.
Oh
and,
yeah. So called too.
McKinday
Mhm.
and Mosi and all of them. And so after we went down to help march for Martin Lee
Anderson.
Oh, yes.
Anderson.
Wow.
So Ben Crump. So I'm a Q at Florida, from Florida State.
Mhm.
Cocktail
Come on,
chapter. Shout
Purple
out
and
to the
Gold.
bros, Rue. With that, Benjamin Crump is my pro fight,
Mm.
right? So Benjamin Crump, Trey 88 Chi Theta. I'm the Trey 02 Chi Theta.
Mm.
Ben was he ran Parks and Crump at the time, and Martin Lee Anderson's case was his case. So I became a part of what's known as the Dirty 30, the Student Coalition for Justice,
Mm.
where when the 7 guards and the nurse got off for murdering Martin Lee Anderson, we activated, and we went and we took over the governor's office. We did a whole lot, and that was right. That was really the thing that kicked it off,
Oh,
because
yeah.
right after
Oh,
that
yeah.
it was Jenna 6.
That's
Then
right.
it was
That's right.
Trayvon.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Come
We
on.
went back to
So that's
Florida.
where we went at.
Yeah,
Okay.
we went back to Florida. We marched 100 miles
Wow.
from where Trayvon was born to where Trayvon died.
Wow.
Yeah.
We dealt with the KKK. We were on the interstate. We had to sleep in the pews
Yeah.
in churches
In
to hide
churches.
out.
In the
it
city and on the
was
police department.
Mm.
yeah.
And then after that, you know, so
Wow.
we coming back home to Chicago, and then Jay-Z and Kanye come out with Watch the Throne.
For
Come
sure.
on.
So we pumped up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
let's
know
go.
every word. I've seen y'all at karaoke.
It ain't enough. It's gonna need a million more.
Like, yeah, they know that.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love it. I
Because we
love it.
played that. We played Revolutionary but Gangster
Come
Yeah,
on,
from
yeah.
come
Dead
on.
Prez.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that
for
was on repeat in the car.
Yes.
No, it was
Like the
exclusively
entire-
that. Yeah.
That's
I don't
it.
know what was on the
Nothing
radio
else.
for 2 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I love it.
exclusively. And so that sparked this energy. And so, of course, we like, man, everything else
Mhm.
is all black or nothing, right?
Yes, yes.
And so we're going to different restaurants and everything.
Come on,
and
come on.
black
I
ones in
love
the
it.
community, we want to find more.
Mhm.
And then we're going in the spots, and then we come back and they shut down.
Man.
Right? They're gone. And then we're wondering, we don't understand. And so then we start asking, you know, the black businesses, like, yo, what's the problem? Why do
Right,
we
right.
keep, why they not staying open?
Open.
And they
Mhm.
were like, we can't afford marketing.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, this is an issue, because one thing leads to another.
Correct.
Right? If you can't market, you can't stay open. If you're not open, we don't have black
No
businesses.
business. That's right.
If you don't have no black businesses, we're losing the majority of black employment.
Mhm,
And then we
mhm.
then we wonder why we got so much crime and poverty.
That's right.
for
right.
sure.
People
Yeah.
trying to survive.
Yeah.
So we were like, we want to help that.
Yeah.
We want to
So
help
y'all
that.
come together.
Yeah.
Y'all activate
Yeah.
activism, community, business,
Mhm.
providing a solution to some problems.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's been what it's all been about.
Yeah.
How do we have thriving communities?
Mhm.
How do we get to spend our time doing things like this, not worried about what's going on
Yes.
outside and on the block?
Yes.
Like, we all want to sleep
Come on
peacefully
now.
at
Man.
night.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Like for real, we want to have joy in our minds, peace in our spirits, and love in our hearts at all times. And there are things that are out here trying to disrupt that.
That's right.
But we got the power, you know.
Oh, yes.
God wakes us when we open our eyes. That's power. You got it. Do something with it.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
we want to, you know, do our part in this thing, whatever this thing is, whatever God calls it from its perspective. We want to do our part and play our role and fulfill our destinies.
Speaking of fulfilling roles and destinies, you all also are part of a African spiritual organization.
Sure.
Let's share that.
So I was ordained as a minister in 2016. Yeah, all right. So I was ordained in 2016. And in that journey, like there was a calling put on my life as a young child. Cassie would tell me, "Oh, you gonna do this?" There were people that were telling me I was going to be in the ministry in some way.
They said he was gonna be a priest.
They said I was gonna be a priest. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all remember WBMX?
Oh yes.
WBMX. I said I did the I Have a Dream speech, the whole thing.
Wow.
In 1986 on WBMX. And they told me on that show that I was going to be a preacher.
Let's hear a little bit. What you remember? Come on.
Forget about it. Right?
Stone Mountain in Georgia. You want to give us something.
Forget about it. Done and done. 86, fam. Right?
I love it.
It was so 2016 got ordained. And it was like my mom, she always asked me, D, when you gonna do this? When you gonna do this? I take my walk with God when it's time to. And then God was like, it's time.
Yes.
So moved to Memphis. I was in Memphis at the time, and I was in a fire. I was a fireman in Memphis. Long story short, there was a priest there of a West African spiritual system known as Ifa, right? Ifa speaks of destiny. Ultimately, it's about assisting us. It's a tool that allows for us to find our destinies, learn our purpose and our destiny, and then stay in alignment with it. And the brother was like, man, you are a priest. And I came to Chicago and met Babi Fawole Fagbamila Fagunwa. And Baba Fabamila, as he's known, was like, as soon as he met me, I was just going through a divorce. I was suicidal. You know, I was trying to Dre's ego, and whatever this thing is, this madness that was in me was trying to override and overpower God's plan for me.
Come on.
And Baba was like, hey, bruh, God say, chill out. Like, you do it again, you're going to be in trouble. You got bigger work to do. Sit on this mat, let's get to it. And And I went to Nigeria in 2018 and was initiated into the culture, into the tribe, and came back as a priest in training to assist others all around the planet, wherever I can come in contact with them, those that are interested in learning their destinies and learning how to stay in alignment with their destinies. Then I'm here to participate in that work.
I love it.
So yeah, we practice it. Our daughters are named. Yeah, it's the way,
Yeah.
it's a part of what got us here.
Oh yeah.
You know, the same way the
Absolutely.
church got us here and kept us here. This is a
Absolutely.
part of what got us here, and it
I
all
love it.
deserves.
I
You know,
love
it all
it.
works together. For
I
sure.
mean,
Man.
there's folklore that says that Harriet Tubman was an Ifa priestess,
Mhm.
and that's what helped her
Get
Come
through.
on.
Come on.
and help everybody else
Come
get
on.
through.
What up, Imani?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh!
it.
Hey,
I love
Imani,
it.
what's
What's
happening,
up,
sis? What's
Imani?
happening?
Assalamualaikum. You know, I was listening to you, and as you were talking, it took me to one of my favorite songs in the whole world. It's called Nigeria. It is written and produced and sung by the great Queen Ugochi. And she has a line in that song where she says, I was raised Christian, but I chose to listen to my own tradition. My people had their own thing going on.
For sure.
As you were talking, I just got chills. Like, and I can hear the song, Nigeria.
Yeah.
Man, thank you for explaining that, for sharing that, and for teaching that.
My pleasure.
You know, again, this show is all built around community.
Yeah.
You understand? Talk about the Black Mall.
Right? We were hungry.
The original.
The
and
original.
then how
Oh,
it
we was
evolved.
hungry.
You know what I'm saying?
We were hungry, as Cassie said.
I love it.
We were driving down 79th Street, just east of Jeffrey.
Yeah.
We drove and we pulled up on this banging Senegalese spot. Best jollof rice we've ever had. So sorry, everybody else.
Where are they?
Yeah, right. And we ate there twice in a week. Came back 2 weeks later, they were gone.
Yeah.
They had closed. It was just a mother and son.
And a sign.
Right? We came back and they were closed. And we started talking and realized how much that happened that was a part of our experience, that we would go to restaurants in the hood. And other than the other restaurants in the hood, you know, the other owned restaurants, ours were few and far between, and grand opening, grand closing. So we were party promoters. We had, you know, fraternity and sorority relationships. So we took that, right? You know, we took those lists and we converted them. We started promoting Black businesses immediately.
Come on.
From there,
I love the list. I love the list.
Oh,
I mean, listen, let's
before Black lives, Black businesses mattered.
come on.
or at least before the masses.
You
Not
know,
serious.
before the
Seriously.
masses. This was tough work then.
It's
That's what I was gonna
2011.
Because you all had to get on the phone and call businesses, see if they still open, see what their website was, see if they had a website, see what they needed. I'm talking about way back. And you all had everything listed. So if you needed a tire, you had a Black tire place. You want to get your nails done, a Black nail place. Anything you wanted Black, y'all had the list.
It was 5,000.
And it was 5 of us, right? It was Cassie,
Come on.
myself, Donnie, my brother Jeremy, and I got Jamie. Right?
Yep.
We all sat down and compiled a list, and then we didn't call. We pounded the pavement. We walked the west side, the south side. We walked over east, and we were walking into it. It didn't matter. We walked in a bunch of Korean-owned stores and was like, "Y'all Black owned."
Yeah, let me tell you how far back this goes. We went into Sip and Savor when it was still called Net Up Cafe.
Shout out to Trez.
And Trez wasn't even in there.
Right.
It was another brother. There was a Trez on the building.
Right.
Yeah, and there was another brother that was up in
deep.
there running it, and then it became Sip and Savor a few years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, that grew until we moved into the the Bop Business Center on 79th. And then from there, right, shout out to Rose, shout out to Reven,
Yes.
shout out Baba.
Baba Reven. Gotta say that.
Right, gotta say that, right?
We love you, Baba.
But with that, right, it was like we moved. People started putting their products into our office. It became a showroom.
Yeah.
We moved into a boom box on 79th and Rhodes.
Oh my God.
160 square feet.
Yes.
We had 40 vendors in there in a 160 square foot space.
Yeah.
It was the cutest little Smurf village.
Yes. Awesome space, right?
Love that.
We was
I
in there. Our clients
all
that
the
we were
time.
marketing for was like, y'all got to sell our products. We need
Yeah.
y'all to sell our products.
Yeah.
So then we moved across the street.
Including
Black-owned
Imani.
building. What up, Imani, again? Right?
Imani Bean Pie.
And Then Moselle Barnes, Mr. Barnes,
Yes.
he owned a building across the street. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Barnes family. Shout out Roz. They allowed for us to come into the space, and we moved into that iteration of the Black Mall. We had 120 vendors. We sold everything from deodorant, detergent, peanut butter, pasta sauce,
Black dolls,
toothbrushes, and
clothes,
toilet paper.
Yeah.
Everything Black-owned, manufactured
vegetables,
goods. Absolutely,
fruit.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you wanted it, we did our best to have it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Hair
it was for
wraps.
us. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It was all for us.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the pandemic hit.
Dun dun dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
Right? And everything went from
The
brick and
pandemic.
mortar.
Uh-huh.
The pandemic.
Yeah.
Everything went from brick and mortar to click and order. And we
Click in
had to
order. Come
figure
on.
out what to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we really realized too, it gave us time.
Yeah.
Dre's, you all know he read what would you say, Frederick Douglass when you was a kid?
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I'm
Carter
sorry.
Carter
Carter
Woodson.
Carter-
He
And
was.
the Honorable
Woodson.
Elijah Muhammad.
Okay.
Come on. Come on. Look at me like,
Right.
Yeah, listen.
Respect. Okay.
Yeah, you understand me?
Respect on their names.
But he's been a reader, an avid reader
Yeah,
since he was
yeah.
a child, and he
Very
became
structured.
yes, and researched. He's a huge
Mhm.
researcher. So while we were sitting in a pandemic, we had to figure things out.
Mhm.
And he went back and went to WBDC cohort, Chicago Urban League
Sure
cohort,
did.
and then the
Sachs.
Goldman Sachs
Yes.
10K SB
Shout out
cohort,
cohort 26.
which
Shout out to
kicked-
Marshall and his dad, Adam Calorie.
Hey, Dr. Calorie, the
Come on,
doctor's
man.
Yes,
calorie.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So when he got there, they were like, "What is your big? Like, you got to think bigger,
Yeah.
right? We had this store, we had this list, right? What is the big, hairy, audacious goal?"
Oh yeah. On day one, I tell everybody this story. Day one of Goldman Sachs, I came home, I went in the bathroom, I put my face in my hands and I cried for 20 minutes.
Mhm.
I had to have a funeral for the business that I thought we had. We were doing
Mm.
a $250,000 revenue. We was like, oh, we good in the hood. Ooh, ooh. We was sitting in
Mhm.
there with people that was doing 20 million plus annually.
Right.
And it was just like, oh, okay, we ain't on nothing. Let me
You said
let
Jay-Z
me-
said, what's
yeah.
what's 1 billionaire?
Yeah, right. Let me level set real quick. But it was
So-
what it was is
Right.
it was what they asked was, well, what's your goal?
Yeah.
And I was like, 1 million subscribers. And the moms was like, not big enough. 10 million subscribers, not big enough.
What you
100
talking
million
about?
subscribers,
Right.
not big enough.
Like what?
Come
Wait,
on,
100
come on.
million clients, not big enough. Oh, okay. I went home and I cried because I had to let go
Come on,
of the
come on,
limitations,
come
the
on,
limiting
come
beliefs
on.
that I had, and that was hard. I was attached to it. It gave me an easy pathway to success, an easy pathway to feed my ego. Like
Come
I
on.
did that.
Come
and
on.
it was like, no, the work don't stop, and you got to keep working. You
Let's
got to
get
keep doing.
uncomfortable.
You got to
Yeah.
get uncomfortable.
Come on.
How you
Yeah.
Come
finna
on.
grow and stretch?
Yeah.
For sure.
Come on.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that, so he loves doing that type of stuff. The discomfort was for me.
Mm.
I was the one that didn't refuse to go to the business cohort, right? Because I am a hustling business owner.
Mm.
You can't tell me nothing. We making a $250,000, right?
We good.
We good. We're
Why you wanna
fine.
change
Why you
up?
right, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
And he was like, no, this is not it. This is not the end. This actually not a good business model.
Mm.
Right? It was like we got a business that just pays us. We got a job.
Come on.
That's it.
Basically.
We have a
That's it.
job,
Yeah.
right? You don't have a business. We
Mhm.
hustlers. Hustlers is such a huge term. We love to say it, but we don't realize it just puts us right back into that same circle of enslavement.
Rat race. Come
It's
on.
the rat
Right?
race.
Come on.
It's
It's
the
a
solo
rat
rat
race.
race.
It's
Come
a
on, right.
solo
Yeah,
rat
solo
race.
race.
Assimilationist.
Yep,
Come
that's
on
it.
now.
You
Yeah,
still die angry. You still die without giving
Tired.
nothing
Yep.
to nobody. Your children can't
Feeling
take this on
unappreciated.
because it's not a business. It has
Correct.
no structure. It has no systems.
Mhm.
And let me say this right now, right? Because as we continue to grow and people
Mhm.
know you as an activist, you had locks, all this and
Come
that,
on,
and now
come
you got
on,
on a
come on.
business suit. People think it's
It's
different.
different. Oh, they switching up.
No. First of all, Africans built everything.
Period.
Africans gave us systems.
Period.
Africans,
All the systems.
Africans
Come on.
gave us empires.
Come on.
Africans gave us the marketplace.
Come on.
Right?
first
The
marketplace,
first
that's
marketplace,
right.
what we know of right
Come
now
on.
in this marketplace in America and globally comes from our people. We are going back and getting it for us.
How it was taught to us
Again,
initially.
and
Yeah,
how it was
absolutely.
taught to us initially. We know how to now go in and understand full business. Business ain't just you,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
If it's community, if we're all connected, then
Mhm,
we all need
mhm.
to have a part.
Love
And
it.
that's how we build an institution. So that's what we've been doing. And so now, right, our business started off as awareness, and now we're into not just sustainability, right? Not just growth, but the future.
Mm. I love it. Look at the evolvement of that,
it's
the
the
evolution of how
future.
you started brick and mortar.
Yeah.
I mean, but the heart was always there.
Yeah.
for
Everybody's
sure.
products, over
Yeah.
100 business owners
Yeah.
in the store.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Oh,
And
no.
Now you've
1,000
evolved
SKUs.
to another level of
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. We once click and order, right? From brick and mortar to click and order. What do we do now? How
Mhm.
do we live in this digital landscape?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Um,
yes.
You got people out there that are. You got your heavyweights, right?
Mhm.
Where you could go build a website. But once you build a website nowadays is the same as a business card was in the 80s.
And who gonna know about it?
And who gonna know about it? Rule number one of business is you gotta let them know you're open,
Mhm.
right? What we've done, we've been taught for so long because of what our ancestors went through and how we, some of us arrived on this landmass, right?
Mhm, mhm.
That the only value that we have as a people is in the toil and labor of our hands,
Mhm.
right? It has removed the value from our minds, from our spirits, from our creativity,
yeah.
right? That the value is in the labor in the field.
Mhm.
Well, guess
How
what?
hard you work.
We ain't got to hoe no rows no more.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now. Come on.
It's
now.
Yes.
machines here to do it,
Yes.
right? The robots will hoe your row for you
Come on.
and pick your crop and cash you out.
Come on.
Mhm.
Come on.
So I say all that to say we moved into AI, automation, digital marketing, automated workflows, AI agents to support businesses so that Black business owners can use this gift that we have here that we've gotten.
Mhm.
We can think it, we can build it, and we can monetize
Yes.
it.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
So we can download it, think it, build it, monetize it, and use the machines to go ahead, do the work while we reap the harvest.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
We're able to do that. We can share.
Yes.
We can use those machines to do it. We can scale, grow, and not be stretched in all these different directions. It just makes
Yeah.
our lives so much easier. And we get to put creativity and spirit back into the marketplace,
I love
not
it.
just our blood, sweat, and tears.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
This show is all about community.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you all have shared so much. I have to know, if you could define community, what does that look like?
Mm.
Yeah. You want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Community for me is God,
Mm.
right? You know,
That's
God wants us
good.
to commune with each other.
Mhm,
God
mhm,
wants us to share with each other, to connect with each other,
mhm,
right? When you show up for community, you are connecting directly with God.
I say.
I would say
Awesome.
community is the place where we intersect.
Mhm.
So it speaks to what Cassie said. We all intersect at the soul. We all intersect at the I. You call yourself I, you call yourself I, call myself I, all of the above. We all intersect at the I. And it's in that place where, you know, in this right now, this is our community, right? As we expand it, Jake becomes a part of our community.
That's right. That's right.
Right? As we expand it even more, the residents of this block become a part of our community,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. We're not only Chicagoans and Americans and African Americans, we're Earthlings,
Come on.
we're Milky Wayans,
Come on.
we are
Come on.
a part of the creation,
Absolutely.
right? So, and it's with that, right? When we can see each other for that and value all of those things that are a part of it, we can embrace and see each other in one another. Like, yeah, I see you.
I
For
see
real,
you for
know?
real.
Yeah, for real.
I love it.
Yeah.
Both of those definitions are dope.
Yeah.
And just so consistent with everything that you all have both said so far. How can people find you so they too can be a part of this ecosystem?
For sure.
Absolutely. So we're on all the platforms. I actually commented and put TBM Group LLC in the comments, and that goes to our Facebook page.
Nice.
That's our updated one. Y'all know us for the Black Mall too. We got that page too.
Mhm.
And that it's the Black Mall on Facebook and Instagram,
Sure.
and YouTube. And then we also got TBM Group LLC. And that's for when y'all are ready to start leveling up.
Yeah.
Right. We're still gonna be talking the good news of Black-owned businesses and pushing that on the Black Mall, but we want y'all to stay in business because the pandemic also destroyed thousands upon thousands of Black-owned business. So we just can't play with it no more.
No, we can't.
Right. So we want you to find us there. I pushed it in there, but we also got a little something special for you.
Mm-hmm.
We want, right, this is for you. So, so Africa has an account with our TBM 360. And we know it's a tough thing to find time to develop. So, for our people, for our special VIP friends, the ones that do this work and need to stay doing that work, we put together just an opt-in page for you for right now. We want your fans, your subscribers, your watchers to come and make sure that they are staying connected with you, because we don't own this social media platform.
That's right. That's right.
And if for whatever reason Facebook decides to put you in Facebook jail, you've got those people already. You don't have to worry.
That's nurturing.
I love that.
So if you are loving Chicago Community Podcast, I want you to click on that TBM Group LLC comment that goes to our page. And then any one of our posts, just comment Africa.
Just comment Africa.
Just comment Africa.
So if you support, right, the Chicago Community Activism Podcast, if you love the work that she does every Saturday morning, if you want to continue to support community, right, activating community, being active in the community and supporting activism of the community, if you want to do those things, comment Africa.
Comment Africa.
Show her the love. And
then check your DM.
Yeah, check your DM so that she can follow up with you after the fact and let you know where she's going to be when she's not here on Saturday mornings.
Yeah. So all those contacts, y'all better do it. All of y'all better do it. Go ahead and do it. So you go to our page, find any post, comment Africa on one of our posts.
With the CRK, it's with the K. Thank you.
But you know what, though? We got to fail safe.
We got to fail safe. We knew that question would come up. So just comment Africa. Don't even worry about it.
Africa with a K or a C. It'll both work.
You're
going to get an inbox, and it's going to take you to her opt-in page. And we want you all to opt in to learning more about what you got going on with, Chicago community activism.
I appreciate y'all. That's love. That's love. We are at the time. The show goes so fast.
Oh, man.
I have learned so much. It's like you think you know somebody's. I'm like, I thought I knew y'all. I have learned so much today, and I'm so excited. Thank you both for coming on the Chicago Community Activism Podcast today. I'm so excited. Please, everybody, tap in.
Yes.
They are pillars in our community that I just happen to love for real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Real time.
And I'm so grateful and proud of you all for staying the course. Because we know this work is a lot. But when you love us, you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
I want a special shout out to Sarita Love. Again, this show is successful in here. Like Dre said earlier, whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
I heard you. You know what I mean? I've learned how to be a better listener. And so Success Junkies is a brand company by our very own dear sister, Sarita Love. So like I said, everything is intentional here. TREC, TRECC, Diverse City, Real Illinois. That's Ron, nephew, who's an engineer here, and Jake that's on the board today. Africa Cares, Humble, Chicago Community Activism Podcast, the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum, and of course, the Bronzeville Podcast Studio. We want to say thank you to everybody, all of our ancestors who put in that work for us to be here doing what we're doing today. We have not forgotten about y'all, and we appreciate y'all. And we know y'all depending on us. Thank you all for joining us today on the Chicago Community Activism Podcast.
Thank you.
We are who we've been waiting for. We are we got. We are our own songsters. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking, I'm searching. I'm looking for someone to give the power. It's from the love that's in me. I love the love. I am so grateful for the enemy, but yet they still attack me with the envy. They're trying to clog my drain, leave me empty. They say I'm honored every week. I say humbled and grateful, not to feel weak. Let the church speak.